Do you ever get really into a hobby and think, oh my gosh, I love this so much, but then realize that you actually have absolutely no idea anything about it? That is currently me with junk journaling. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Mac, and my channel, My Soul in Progress, is all about becoming closer to God through creativity, and I'm always trying new creative things. And today we're talking about junk journaling because lately I've gone down a rabbit hole of junk journaling videos, and I think they're so fun and so cool. And every time I see a junk journal that someone posts, I think it's awesome. It looks so cool, and I want to get more into junk journaling, but I realized that I actually have about 1 million questions and I don't know what I'm doing. So I decided, instead of pretending like I have all the answers, to ask you guys who might actually know more than I do and could help me out. So if you're a junk journaler, please stay to the end and put some answers in the comments for me to understand this hobby a bit more. Thank you so much in advance, but let's jump into all my questions. I got a big giant post-it note. I don't know if the camera's even, might be too big for the camera even, or I'm just too close, but we'll start with question 1. Question 1, do I junk journal? Do I actually junk journal already? This is my journal. It's very thick and getting big and I'm loving it. I will put some clips of my journal on the screen so that you can see what I'm even talking about. If you've followed me, then you can already know, because I post a lot of content about my journal. If you don't follow me, that's okay. You can, if you want to, subscribe. But I put so much stuff in my journal. I'm a big fan of taping in photos in my journal, or this was in a little calendar that I got. Yeah, I tape in photos. I have stickers. This was a play we went to and I saved the tickets. This was a little event I went to, so I saved my wristband and my little name badge that got me into the event. We took photos there, and there was an Ensign booth, which is where I went to college, so I went to the booth and took their little flyer thing. Yeah, there's like sticky notes, and my sister wrote me a letter and I put that in here. Here's another play. This was a wedding I went to and it was catered, and here was my little table placement marker thing. More stickers. I don't know, I just kind of fill my journals with everything. We went to Hawaii, so I have some postcards, magazine pages. I have this guy's business card who took us canoe surfing. The packaging from my Hawaiian shirts and sarongs that I got. This was a name badge that they gave us on our whale watching boat. We got malasadas, and I saved the packaging there. So I definitely save. Here we went mini golfing. I saved the little scorecard. I bought tape, so I put some of the tape in with the label on the tape. This was part of some packaging. We went out to lunch. I haven't filled in this page. I haven't journaled about it yet, but I saved some of the wrapper from my food, and some of, they had like gift cards, so I took the package for the gift card. I will do a more close-up clips of my journal or some of my past journals. That is my journaling style. I love sticking things in my journal. I don't think I'm at the level that I've seen some junk journalers where they like put every piece of junk, like receipts and who knows what. I don't think I'm at that level yet, but I definitely stick a lot of things in my journal. So question 1 was just like, do I already kind of junk journal, or is it different than what I just showed you or what I'm showing you on the screen? I don't know. Like, I do stick a lot of things in my journal. Is that what makes a junk journal a junk journal? Which brings me to question 2. which is what actually makes a junk journal a junk journal. Yeah, like, do I have to be sticking things in it? Is there... define what a junk journal is in the comments, really, because I feel like so many people do it totally different, and I don't know what exactly is defined as a junk journal, and if I junk journal, or if I just stick things from my day in my journal. I don't really know. Define what a junk journal is in the comments. Okay, moving on to question 3, a themed journal. Okay, themed journals confuse me a lot. Here's my biggest question with themed journals. Okay, I'm putting this down. I feel like I see all these cute journals online that they're like Titanic themed junk journal, or Gone with the Wind themed junk journal, or farm themed journal, and people are like selling them on Etsy, or I just see them online and people make YouTube videos about them, and I'm fascinated, and they're beautiful, and like every page has ephemera on it of that theme, or like, I don't know, so like I saw a Titanic one, and so I had pictures of Jack and Rose, and then it also had like a ticket from the Titanic, or like I don't even know, like music that they played at the Titanic, or the picture of the staircase, or random things that are themed with the Titanic. But this is where my confusion comes in, because am I journaling about my life and my day that's currently not anything to do with the Titanic in my Titanic journal? And is that not confusing for people to be like, oh, on this day I did this and that, and I went to school, or I went to work, or got groceries, like a kind of a everyday life in 2026, but then the next page is a picture of the Titanic. Like, I wasn't alive in 1912. Is that confusing, or is that just confusing to me? I don't know if that is like that. I feel like that would confuse me, because everything I put in my journal are things that I'm doing in my life currently. Like, I wouldn't just put all these random things. I was reading Harry Potter, so I put a bunch of Harry Potter things in my journal. Or I like went to that restaurant. Like, I feel like I'm confused by themed journals. Or is it just like, well, I love the Titanic so much, or my favorite book is Gone with the Wind, so a Gone with the Wind journal would be beautiful and cool, but like, I'm not in a civil war. So is it confusing? Is it only confusing to me, and I'm just making a big deal about it, and it's really not that confusing? Do you use a themed journal? I feel like I am so confused by the concept of a themed journal. But maybe it's not even that confusing, and it's just like, we want the theme and it's cute. Like, this journal technically is Daisy. It has a Daisy cover, and my first page, I did Daisy, and then I quoted "You've Got Mail," because she's like, don't you think daisies are the friendliest flower? That is the extent of my Daisy. Okay, I do have a couple other daisies. My first couple journal entries, I think I used daisies, because I had gotten some daisy stickers. But then after the first couple pages, I stopped doing daisy. So maybe one could argue that this is like a daisy themed journal, except I didn't fill it with daisies. I don't know, it's been my life. You can tell me in the comments if I'm like just overplaying this in my head and it's really not that confusing of a concept. Like, is it just like a normal journal? I don't really know. I feel like I would get confused though as a reader of a journal. However, I do have a whole nother video, I will link to it below in the description, where I give my 5 rules for journaling, and one of those rules is that you're not writing for anyone else, you're writing for yourself. So, if I really do believe that rule, it doesn't matter if it's confusing for anyone else, because I'm writing for myself. So, I don't know, that's where I'm confused, and I'm like, is junk journaling and themed junk journals kind of separate anyway? Like, I can have a normal daily, not daily, I don't journal every day either, but a normal everyday journal that still has junk journal elements in it. I don't really know where this question is going. I guess I'm just kind of confused about the themed journal and would love to learn more. So, there you go. That's my question on there. Okay, question 4. Do junk journalers actually journal? Okay, this is actually, I have so many questions on this too, because the majority of the junk journal people I follow, which also, there are so many bees around here. I'm like, please don't see me. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, there are so many people that I follow on YouTube that junk journal, and the majority of the people I seem to watch their videos, it doesn't seem like they actually journal. They just make a cute spread, they fill it with ephemera. Am I even pronouncing that word right? Ephemera? Add that to the list of questions. But yeah, they fill it with ephemera, they make a cute spread, they paint, they add washi tape or stickers or whatever. They make it super cute, but it seems more like an art project than a journal, actually. And I like... Oh, is it upside down? Oh, no, it's not. I like journal. I do fill my pages with stuff, but then there's multiple pages in here that are just text. That's just me writing. I think writing is so helpful, and I think it's therapeutic, and I love it. And I'm definitely a journal writer. I love to get the thoughts out of my head, put them on the paper, write. Like, yes, decorating the page is so fun too, and so cute, and definitely a highlight of journaling, but I love writing. But a lot of the junk journals I've seen don't have that much space for journaling, for actually writing on the page. And a lot of, so yeah, I've seen ones that are being sold and they don't seem like they have a lot of room. So even if I had enough money that I wanted to buy a journal that was themed and cute, there's not a ton of writing space, and that's why I buy a journal, so I can write. So do people who junk journal actually journal, or is it more like an art? I'm fine either way. I think I want to get in the hobby either way, but do they actually journal? Because I've seen a lot of videos where they don't actually journal. They just basically, it's a place to put their junk, their ephemera or whatever, into a cute art project thing that then is a cute junk journal. But I don't feel like they actually journal too much, and I would want to journal a lot more. I'm definitely an avid journal writer where I'm writing things down. So that's my question. Do junk journalers actually journal in their junk journal? Does that make sense? Okay, then it's getting a little windy. Okay, number 5, final question. Ephemera. Yes, tell me below, am I pronouncing that right? Ephemera? Because if I'm not pronouncing it right, that's embarrassing, but good to learn. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Ephemera. Ephemera. Okay, I didn't really write a script for this video. I was just like, here are my 5 questions. So let me think about what my question about ephemera was. I think really my question is just like, how much ephemera? Well, first define ephemera for me. Is ephemera just what you put in your journal? Like receipts or stickers or pictures, photos, you get a flyer, you cut some paper out, I see so many cute junk journalers where they get the paper shape cutter things. Do I even know what I'm talking about? But they make cute stars or circles, smiley faces, whatever, out of construction paper or random magazines, and they paste that into their junk journal. So it's are all of the above considered ephemera? I don't know if you can hear the neighbors. Is all of the above that I just mentioned considered ephemera? Like anything you put in your journal? So, especially my Hawaii trip, was that all ephemera that I was putting? Like this picture, my sister made me a dress for Christmas. So I put some of the ribbon and the fabric in it. Is that ephemera? Is anything I put in here ephemera? Postcards. This was a sticker on a sandwich that we got on the plane, so I put the sticker in my journal. This was on a gallon of Pog we bought in Hawaii. Yeah, like this was on a magazine. There's a lot of ephemera in here that I feel like I added, but maybe I didn't. If I just define, is ephemera anything you put in a journal that you're like adding into a journal? And also, are you labeling like where the ephemera came from, or do you just remember? Like, if you're putting in random receipts and whatnot, do you just remember? Also, if you're putting in receipts, do they fade? And is that just fine? I've never put a receipt in my journal, I don't think. I've put like tickets, like a plane ticket or a train ticket or something like that, but I haven't put a receipt in. But I feel like the ink would fade, but I'm not sure on that. Yeah, so, okay, any other question? I don't really know if I wrote down any other questions, but if there's anything you wish you knew as a beginner in junk journaling, or that you're like, oh, I could tell you this about junk journaling, please add it to the comments. If you have favorite YouTube artists who do junk journaling, tag them in the comments so I can go check out their videos. If you do junk journaling and you make videos, put your channel in the comments and I'll go check it out. I really want to get into junk journaling. I kind of already feel like I do some of the aspects of junk journaling, but I'm not sure if I do all of them. So I want to get started. I'm not really sure where to go from here. So I decided I would make a list of my top 5 junk journal questions. So please answer those in the comments below. And thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.